right. It's us. It's us, people.
Have you missed us? It's been a minute. What's going on, everybody? It's the Waterhole, man. It's been like, what, 3 or 4 weeks at least? It's Rhino here, Rhino and Sack. Horse going to join me right here in a second. How's everybody been doing? We've got so much to cover. So much to cover. Shoot, Horse, I don't think I've talked to you since the Super Bowl, so we got to find out what this guy's been up to. It's been hiding in a closet somewhere, or as they say, like basement, I think. Horse, what's up tonight, brother?
Basement. I am back from vacation. We've got, this vacation was I took December off, like a selfish piece of garbage that I am, a selfish shit.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
He says shit. And January started, and we started the shows up, and I had a couple of Fridays where, anyway. So I knew this vacation, so I didn't really tell too many people I was going on vacation, because the last thing you want to do is announce to Twitter that you're not going to be in your house for 10 days, 2 weeks, and please come in and steal everything. So I kept it mum's the word. I had a couple of fill-in guests for the DJ Hana Horse show on Friday. We had Heads from Bacon fill in. Tyler from Oshkosh filled in the following Friday. And I went on a cruise to the Caribbean with a clone, Polly and Baldwin Park. He's one of the clones that I've met through the Jim Rome show. And I basically, when we were planning this trip, I do this every time where we plan a trip and I kind of throw it out to Facebook, throw it out to some friends like Marco Polo, whatever guy. Hey, we're going on this cruise. This is when it starts. This is how much it is. Here's a link if you want to look at what it is. And 99.9% of the people just go, oh, yeah, have fun, whatever. And then every once in a while, you know, we get anywhere from a group of 6 to 12 people. You know, people will reach out to me on Facebook. Hey, I want to go. I'm interested, you know. And then there's always the interested level, and then they start to drop off. Like, oh, we got plans. I mean, our first cruise, our wedding cruise, my brother and sister-in-law got pregnant, so they dropped out. And then their friends that were going to go got pregnant, and they dropped out. So you start to lose people or, you know. And then I had a friend from high school. She was going to go, and her daughter decided to change colleges, and she goes, yeah, this college is about $30,000 a year more than the one she was going to go to, so we're out. But yeah, so it kind of pars it down, and then we go, and then we have fun. And typically, yeah, it's anywhere from 6 to 12 people. And the next one's 2026. You're invited.
What's that?
You're invited, 2026.
Yeah, dude, you know I'm already working on Mrs. Rhino and Sack for that.
That's your problem. What's the problem with that? What?
She is just terrified of being in the middle of the ocean with nothing around her. To me, that's fucking paradise. Yeah. That's where I want to be 24/7. But yeah, Hedstrom, you're right. Horse takes a lot of vacation because he gets a lot of vacation.
That's an inside joke because Hedstrom takes way more vacation than I take. Not even close.
Have you seen Hedstrom's videos that he was posting from diving? Like he's like this international man of mystery.
To talk about that because he posted them on Instagram and whatever. Yeah, he made them public. Okay, so I'm like, wait, am I allowed to divulge?
I did not break the rules.
No, you didn't break the rules. What happens on Marco Polo stays on Marco Polo unless you get permission. Right. No, they were on Twitter. That's right. Yeah, we had a Marco Polo group for the cruise. Polly and we're in that Marco Polo group. With a bunch of people, and I got a cold, as you can tell. So sorry about that, folks. You're gonna hear a lot of mouth breathing where I'm like,
what's the cough drop count right now? What are we at?
I'm on 2 for just the show right now.
All right. 2 cough drops
with the credits and everything else. This is number 3 right here.
3.
And so. Where was I going with that? Bacon, vacation, Polly. Oh, anyway, the Marco Polo group or whatever. So we turned the cruise, which Polly named Caribbean Queens. That was not mine. That was him. Now, it's a riff on the Billy Ocean song, which I always play on my show because I like that song, Caribbean Queen.
Right.
But, yeah, that was funny when I saw that the group was named that, and I'm like, okay, great, Polly. Anyway, so we did the Marco Polos for our friends. I sent you a few Marco Polos as well.
Yep.
Try to get the wife interested. Me going down the water slides. That got your son interested.
You got him real interested.
Water slides? Like, what?
On a boat? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And see, that's the problem. You can't call it a boat. Because your wife needs to know it's a ship. It's a city at sea. A boat is small and terrifying in the middle of the ocean. A ship with a full city on it, it's like the size of a Vegas hotel casino.
Oh, it's crazy. It's what is the one thing that ship does not have? Because they've got hospitals, they've got water slides, they've got clubs, they've got 6 different restaurants. Is there anything?
Yeah, ours is an older ship. I mean, the new ones have got bumper cars. There's one I saw when we were leaving. The one of those, I think it was Bacon. It was the one you were on, the Epic or something. Anyway, it had a roller coaster on it.
Oh shit!
On the top. That went out over the ocean and came back. And I mean, your wife's not going to want to be on that roller coaster.
Yeah, but, probably not.
But they've got one with a racing course. They don't have Taco Bell 12x12. Hey Tyler, what is up?
What up, Ty?
The 12x12 challenge. You know what though? They don't have a Taco Bell, but they do have a 24-hour. No, it's not 24-hour. The pizza station is 24-hour. The taco is during lunch and dinner. But they have an all-you-can-eat taco and burrito bar. You just go in there and
boy.
go, I want beef tacos, and I'll take a chicken, and I'll take, Dude, the food is amazing. And it's all you can eat. And this was Paulie's first cruise, and he kept saying, if I want ice cream, I just grab a cone and turn the lever and eat the ice cream, and it's like free. It's paid for. It's like, and then if I want a taco, I grab that, and if I want a piece of cake, I grab that. Yeah, that's how it is. It's already been paid for. You bought that when you're with your admission to the ship. So yeah, you go and eat and eat and eat. And the trick for me is to not gain 20 pounds. Is I do not take an elevator for other reasons too, because I'm terrified of them. But I don't take an elevator. So there are 16 set flights of stairs to get from the top to the bottom. And so, like, if you're going down to the comedy club, that's on level 3. If you want to go back to your room, that's on we were on 6. If you want to go to eat, it's the buffet is at 12 or 13. So I'm constantly just stairs.
There you go. There you go. Getting your Rocky in between meals.
Yeah.
I think Ty should get his own ship and make it like the 12 by 12
taco boat
sailing challenge or something like that, dude.
I like it.
You have to 12 days of doing the 12 by 12, and if you come back from that alive, you are a living freaking legend.
Here's another thing. I'm just letting people know because I'm looking at the camera. I'm coughing, and you're wondering why I'm holding my stomach. It looks weird, right? I'm going
a little bit weird.
So
did you get lucky?
No. So this is the TMI, but I have a hernia that is getting bigger, and eventually my intestines are coming out of my belly button, basically. So I need to go in for a surgery, and I've been trying to get through the cruise and get through the first week of work to go schedule the surgery. So yes, when I cough, I'm scared, terrified that my intestines are going to come out. Not like bleeding, but out through that wall. Jim Rome had the emergency hernia surgery. That's what I don't want. Once it becomes an emergency, then it's like you got to go in and get cut on like that because it can get bad. It's not to that point yet, but it's getting there. So I gotta schedule a trip to the doctor.
So if somebody came up and
cough, that's why.
If somebody came up and just went straight Pillsbury Doughboy on you and just squeezed your stomach, would it be like one of those YouTube zits that just right at you?
Yeah. There won't be blood involved, but I'll have a big old. And I was in a swimsuit a lot. I kept looking down. I'm like, gosh, please don't do it out here. I mean, that's the one thing I didn't want to have happen out in the middle of the ocean, is have to be flown to an emergency hospital surgery. Yeah. So,
dude, how the hell are you? How do you work? If you're worried about coughing, how do you work with that?
That is not a problem. The coughing, when they do that and go turn your head and cough, they're checking for a hernia,
right?
Because if the intestine starts,
I thought they were just being courteous.
Well, I'm not telling just you. I'm telling the millions of people watching the show. Millions, the two, Tyler and so
our
Alien,
guys.
Yeah, pretty much Alien. Horse is going to recreate that scene from Alien where it comes out through the dude's chest. Yeah. So I gotta get in there. Like I said, it's starting getting worse about 2 weeks before the cruise. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I can't. I gotta cross my fingers and hope that it doesn't get worse.
Yeah.
And so I was like, geez, please don't do it until I'm back. So now I just gotta go get cut on. Anyway.
How long have you known about it? Was it?
You know what? It's been like that for a couple of years, but it was not big at all. It wasn't coming out. I didn't have an outie belly button. I have an outie belly button right now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So it was real minor. Like I knew it was there, and I looked it up on the internet, and apparently it's common for that area because there's a natural hole from when you had the umbilical cord and whatever, and all the nutrition, but the hole's like this, where tiny, less than the size of a pea. But apparently, if you get fat and just stretch it out, then it becomes. It's probably about the size. The hole's probably about the size of a nickel. Nickel between a nickel and a quarter.
That's a decent size hole,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I got an Audi belly button. So yeah, they go and they slice you open. They put a piece of mesh in there that holds your guts in.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
always good to have. A little bit of
Yeah.
mesh. See
So-
Johnny Scabs popping up there on the screen.
Oh shit,
Always
that's
good
terrifying.
when Clown comes up.
I'm sure he's got. Oh, you mean on the little?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, if he's here, he's gonna have fun with the hernia story.
So other than the hernia and everything, cruise was good. You and Paulie get your
Cruise
Titanic
was good.
moment.
I got some stories. The first story, I did not know you didn't know this because I thought I told everybody on Marco Polo.
No, I guess we're not that good friends.
Nope. You did not get mentioned. I sent you water slide videos for the kiddo, and I did not send you. So, as I grab my stomach again, I'm trying to keep my guts in, people. All right, so let me switch the camera here to this one so I can show a picture. So, on the cruise ship, not all of them, you got to make sure you're on one of the newer ones. And funny story short is we knew we were going to be on the cruise during the Super Bowl. We actually had another ship that we're going to go on, and they switched the ship out. And one of the things we were looking forward to, sorry, I'm trying to talk and find the picture at the same time.
And hold your guts in.
And hold my guts in, which is very important. Yeah, I mean, I literally could stop the show right now and go, it happened. I got to go to the emergency room and shut it down. I mean, it could be any cough. No, I'm good. Safe. What? Fake. False alarm. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Do I have a sound drop for that? Let's see. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
If you hear that? Then it's over. So there's a big jumbotron on this, and our other cruise, they switched ships where they got rid of the ship they switched us with didn't have the jumbotron, so we actually literally canceled. We were going to go to Aruba and these other islands, and because they switched us to an older ship, I said, Paulie, dude, we want to watch Super Bowl, and we want to watch. So there's the jumbotron. It's out by the pool.
Okay.
And Paulie and his wife actually, this was the first day of the trip. Sorry, everyone, for this boring story. It'll get better. I won money, so that's where I'm going with this.
Oh.
So you're out there. So he saved seats, and Paulie, for those of you who don't know, is Hispanic, which means he's already got a tan. I am Mr. Whitey White. If I would have sat out there for 4 hours saving seats on the very first sea day, I would have been fucking red, burnt to a crisp.
The following program is intended for mature
Even
audiences.
with SPF 100. So this is an actual picture of one of the commercials that's on right before the Super Bowl started. You can see the planet. That's either Venus or Jupiter in the background. And it was getting dark, so we're safe from the sunlight. He and his wife got seats for my wife and I and my parents. So we're watching the Super Bowl on the Jumbotron out in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Freaking awesome. And the sound system on these things is just booming. So they have before I left, Paulie, and it's him. I signed up I have sports betting in Oregon. We have it here. It's legal. But you have to have your phone location or computer location on. They need to know that you're standing in Oregon when you make the bet. If your location's not on, they will not let you make a bet. So I had to make these bets before we left. So we got on Zoom one night, and I said, this is what I'm doing. So he bet like $50 worth of bets. I bet $150 worth of bets. And one of my bets paid. And it was a bet that cost me $5. And it paid me $1,005. So $1,000 off of a $5 bet. You do not know what it is because we were talking about it. And when you said you didn't know, I saved it for the show.
All right.
So this was the bet. I had to guess the first 3 players in order who would score a touchdown. Now,
no way.
Quarterbacks, it's not throwing. It's got to be running it in. So if I guessed Mahomes, he's got to run the ball in. If he throws it to somebody else, that does not count. It's got to be them standing in the end zone with the ball, scoring a touchdown. So I looked at my options. I was playing around with combinations because the different, the more long, the more the player is less likely to score, the bigger the odds are going to be, right?
Right,
So I
right.
picked 3 guys that were likely to score touchdowns. First one was Hurts. Jalen Hurts. He's got to run it in. He can't throw it. I
Yep.
thought, well, he's a running quarterback. And so what's interesting on the first one is their running back actually scored, or it was a wide receiver, and got a touchdown. So that would have fucking killed the entire bet. Over. But upon further review, he was 3 inches short of the goal line.
Yep.
In comes Jalen Hurts. He runs it in. And that was when I leaned over to Polly and go, check this out, dude. I bet the first 3 touchdowns scored in the game, and that's my first one. And I'm like, I'm not going to get excited. That's anyone else scores a touchdown, then the number 2 or number 3, it's over, whatever. But that's cool that dude didn't score with the 3 inches to go. So I didn't even tell my parents at this point. So, boop, 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 boop. And so then they go to kick a field goal. This wouldn't have killed me, but, doinks it off of the goalposts. And then Kansas City, I think there was a turnover. Anyway, Kelsey was my number 2 guy, and he catches a touchdown. So I'm like, oh, whoa, holy shit. I've got 1 and 2. Now I need AJ Brown.
So a receiver can catch it and run it in. Okay.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be like a little shovel.
It's not the quarterback throwing it. It's somebody in the end zone getting the ball or having the ball going into the end zone. It can't be a quarterback throwing it. That doesn't count for the quarterback. It counts for the receiver.
Okay.
So Kelsey catches the ball, touchdown number 2. So now I reach over to my parents. I go, it's still long odds of happening, but this is what I guessed. And if AJ Brown scores a touchdown, my $5 bet's going to pay me $1,000. And they're like, what? What's going on? Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm like, and I forget what took place, if there was a turnover or whatever. So anyway, it's like something happened where KC got the ball back. I'm like, oh shit, if they score here, it's over, and something happened where Philly got the ball back. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And they were like at the 40-yard line. I'm like, I need them to score out here and not like get close to where they're going to give it to the running back or Jalen Hurts is going to run in. And when that ball when he threw a deep ball into the end zone, I already knew where it was going. It was a matter of if he's going to catch it, because that's the deep threat, AJ Brown. So when he had that big arcing ball, and there was 2 defenders down there, I'm like, oh shit, and he freaking caught that ball. I'm looking for flags, no flags, and all 6 of us jumped up. We're like, whoa, we're screaming, high-fiving, and everything, and everyone's looking at us like, it's the second quarter. What are you cheering about? So then the guy sitting next to my stepdad's like, what just happened? What's going on? So they told him about my bet. Well, he works for MGM Sports Betting Online. So then he comes and walks over to me and goes, what was the bet? And I said, well, I bet the first 3 people to score a touchdown in order. And he's like, and you hit it. And he goes, how much you pay? I said $5 and whatever. And he goes, so where are you from? Oregon? And he goes, who handles that? He's asking me all these like questions.
Yeah.
Well, DraftKings through partner. And he goes, oh, I knew that. Yeah. He's like, wow, congratulations. And then he told me who he was, what his job was. And he goes, wow, that was a get, So anyway, that started off the official cruise. That was day 1, the full day 1.
Holy crap. So I got to ask this though, for every one horse on that ship during that game that had that moment, there was probably like 500 others. Hit the disclaimer right now about adult language, please.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
How many random fucks, motherfucker, shit, bitch did you hear throughout the game just from that entire crowd?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is yet, because there's still, I think there's only like 7 or 8 states you can legally bet on sports still. It's still coming out.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people had money and stuff like that. They did have, like, during the day, there was, like, these two girls walking around. Hey, we're selling squares, $20 for a square. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, so did this boat have a casino on it, though?
It does, but no sports betting.
No sports book?
That was the
Okay.
first thing Paulie asked me. Can we bet on the game? And I said, no. They have blackjack, roulette, all that stuff, but no sports book.
How's the gambling work on the ships? I've heard it's like they just charge it to your account. Do you actually have to have like the cash with you when you're gambling, or can you get that out of control?
So here's how a cruise ship works. You have a key card to get in your room.
Yeah.
That key card is also what you use when you go shopping on the ship. You buy a shirt or you buy a hat or whatever. You can use it as casino. I actually took and went to the slot machines and put a $50 bill in, right? But then when they paid me out, through the whole thing, I was up like $150 on the slot machine, but I ended up being 30 for the trip. So I gave some of it back. But that actually credit goes to your card. And then like the day before we got back to port, I just cashed it out. And that, you take your card to a ATM machine, put it in there, cash out the balance, and it spits out the money.
Gotcha. But you can't just take your card that you haven't loaded any money on and go gamble and then have
card. It's
so
linked,
it is like a...
Yeah. It's linked to your credit card, but you don't settle up until the end of the ship.
Okay.
So it's a running tab.
So that's why some people jump off the ship.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. Yeah, bingo.
Okay.
Yeah, jump off the ship, swim for Cuba. They can never catch me. Yeah. Yeah, it's all settled up at the end. But yeah, you do link it to a card. You can look at your bill on the television screen, or now with the app, you can look at your bill and make sure that everything's legit. And then when you're done, you kind of tip everybody out and you go on your merry way. Weird Al's Living with Hernia should be played in the background while a horse describes it. Says Heads from Bacon.
I'm with that. I'm down. I'm down and bake.
You guys have seen let's see. Let me move it over. So that was my money story.
Yeah.
As I grab my stomach again. I'm so scared it's just going to blah.
Does anybody want odds on if that hernia is going to come out?
Yeah,
tonight?
Exactly. Take bets on when the hernia
Which segment this hernia is going to come out? What are we going to name the hernia?
I had to get a cold. And I had a cold going into the cruise, too, which was making it, exacerbating the problem. And I'm like, oh, just give me through the cruise, man.
Number 4. Cough drop number 4, guys.
Ding. I need a ding, Bacon. Let me have your ding bell. I don't think I have one yet. I have a monster growl.
What's up, pig?
I have that.
Oh, Jim's here? I didn't know Jim was here.
Hey, Jim, you've met Rhino, right?
Rhino in Sacktown.
Yep.
Yeah, Jim knows me. Hey, Jim.
All right. So we're kicking off March 1st. I just wanted to say, got a DJ Hunt Horse Show Friday. We're doing a train wreck on Saturday. The train wreck is changing. This will be the last train wreck that looks and sounds like it used to. It's going to go through a major overhaul. And I would suggest anybody that is interested in that, tune in. Rhino, you making it to Wisco this summer? I'm
trying, buddy. Yeah, I am hopefully making it. Dealing with getting a couple surgery dates on the calendar first, but yeah, that is my goal.
I'd rather have a hernia surgery than 2 knees.
I don't have to have 2 knees, so I would rather have none of those surgeries.
You have to have 2 knees. Or
I have
something I'm not supposed to talk about. You've said that.
Dude, how did you break that? No, I'm just kidding. It's not knees. I have to have 2 hip replacements.
Oh, that's right. Hips.
Yeah. But so let me give you the update on that, by the way. So got a surgery date for one of the hips. That's going to be October 19th, but it's going to get moved up because I'm on the priority list or whatever. And I've been having like this really weird thing where my leg drags. And so I just thought it was like one of those things where it's just a side effect. And my doctor goes, well, we need to check out your back. So they do an MRI. MRI comes back, 2 herniated discs, spinal stenosis, and I've got the disc pushing on my damn nerves, which is causing stuff in my leg. And so now they had to decide, are we doing the hip or the back first? And with all that, I've got all the King stuff going with them getting ready to make the playoffs because I can get in earlier for my back. So yeah, that's the update. I'm a fucking mess.
Which one are you doing first, back or hip?
We're gonna do hip because my back's really not bugging me.
So 2 hips though eventually, or 1 hip
Two
or back?
2 hips eventually.
Which is the
and
worst hip,
back.
right or left?
Left, 100%.
Left, 100%. All right. Is that the one you drag?
That's the one
That's
I
the
drag.
leg you drag?
Yeah.
All right.
I actually, I'll admit this because I was in the hack off, and I am a hack certified fucking hack now.
You got blitzed from the hack off.
I walk with a cane. I have a
You
cane.
walk with a
It's
cane.
pretty pimp though. It's got like a handle, so I'm cool with it.
Is it like Evil Knievel's cane where it's filled with liquor?
No, it's not that cool, but I do got the flip flops that are filled
Yeah.
with liquor. You just pop those things off, unscrew,
Yeah.
good to go. Just
All
kidding.
right.
I don't drink. Sober.
Dude, I'm coming up on 1 year
Are you?
since I quit. Yeah.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
Good for
April.
you.
April,
Good for
last time
you.
I got drunk was on one of my shows. And the hangover was 2 days. And I said, you know what? I don't need a 2-day hangover for, 4 or 5 hours of fun. I'm done. And I just said I'm done. Dude.
What were you throwing back that night?
I think I was doing, I know for sure it was bourbon. I don't know if I got into the rum also. I'm not sure. I know it was some bourbon though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, I'd have to, that was a DJ show, so I could only listen. I can't, but that show is online. And that show had, Tyler was in it. By the time Tyler was on the show, I don't remember much. Because I think it started with Pool Doc, and then it went to Golden Bake Warrior, and then I think Tyler was at the back end of that, and I was blitzed. I was just blitzed.
Wait a minute. Is that the one that Golden Bake did the 12 by 12?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Because I was on that one with you and
No,
Ty, and that was a good show.
No,
we had
I
fun
don't.
that day.
I don't think that's the one I got blitzed on. I think
Okay.
because we wouldn't have started with Pool Doc. I think Golden Bake Warrior had the entire show dedicated to him.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it started with Pool Doc, and I started throwing them back with him, and then Golden Bake came on, and I might have Golden Bake and Tyler flipped. I don't know which came on next, and then finally the next one, and I just don't remember that back into that show. It just was a mess.
Interesting.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can
Interesting.
pull audio from that. That would be interesting if I don't know if I can pull it up that quick, but that's what she said.
When the bed broke.
Where's my shows? History show. My dashboard, it calls it. So while I'm looking to see, because I know come on. I know I labeled it as the drunk show or something like that.
The drunk show.
Something. I know I labeled it so that people could find it. But yeah, that was the last time I had alcohol. And you know what? I don't miss it at all.
No. How many village idiots you see on the ship? I'm sure it was.
Oh, there's
shits.
a lot. Oh God. We have one story where my wife, I told her immediately that this happened so that, yes, it involves another woman. So Super Bowl. So Polly is down at the bar grabbing a beer or whatever. And I go down there and I forgot if I was going to tell him something or I was going to the taco bar or what I was going, but I saw him and go, hey, what's up? And some chick that was wearing a Kelsey jersey saw because we decided before the cruise we were going to wear our team's gear, even though they weren't there.
Yeah.
So I wore Niners gear. I wore my.
She still got
Niners
it there.
hat,
There you go.
and
there
I
you
wore
go.
a new Niners shirt. And he wore his Raiders stuff. So I'm wearing my Niners gear, and I'm going, hey, Polly, whatever. And this chick, she's probably about 25, blasted. She goes, 49ers, woo! And I'm looking at her jersey. I didn't see the number yet or the name or whatever. And, Chiefs colors look a little bit like Niner colors. There's red in there and whatever. I'm trying to think if she's wearing like.
Hold on. You're looking at the jersey.
Yeah, right.
You can't tell
Well,
if
there's
it's
no other
orange
Niner
or
fan on
red.
the ship, so I'm thinking, is this a Niner fan? And she's like, Niners.
Okay.
Because you would expect someone to go 49ers
Okay.
to be a Niner
Alright.
fan, right? And I'm like,
okay.
isn't that Chiefs jersey? It's Kelsey jersey. She goes, yeah, but I love the Niners. So I'm like, she goes like to give me a high five. So I go over, she's sitting at the bar to give her a high five, and she grabs my arm, pulls me in, and just starts squeezing on me. I can smell her drunk breath. So she's like, you know, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, the first thing you do is like, where's the wife? You know, she's above me, can't see.
Yeah.
And Polly, I go, hey, Polly, whatever. She sees the Raider gear, and she goes, Raiders, fuck the Raiders, fuck you. She's like telling him to fuck off.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, okay, anyway, I'm leaving. And so I go back up, and he comes up and talks to me. He goes, that B, where's my disclaimer?
The following program is intended for mature
She's all telling
audiences.
me to fuck off and said, what the fuck is her problem? You know, it's like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
her problem is she's wasted. She's just an idiot.
You know, one of the best things now that I'm thinking about it, about a cruise ship with people that just get tossed to the sea like that,
Yeah.
is usually like you don't have to see the strangers that you didn't know the night before again.
Yes.
Chances are you might run into them a
For
few
8 days.
times
This
the
is an
next
8-day
day.
cruise. You're gonna see.
Or
I
the
saw
next
her
day after that.
over and over and over again. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God, you know. If you saw her during the day, you were safe, but at night, you just assumed that she was loud and she was drunk. And it was like, yeah, like, you know, you're walking down the hallway. It's like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, no. You go the long way around. It's like, yeah, I didn't want to have anything to do with her anymore.
So is there, let me ask you this. Is there a lot of people that, and I know it's called cruising, is there a lot of people that cruise that are still older? Like
Yeah.
the community that's waking up at like 4 a.m., having breakfast, doing their cruise walk at 3.
There's different, so that basically goes by, Rhino, you making, I already read that. The chat's really flying.
I know.
That's on us. We haven't had a show in a while.
If
People are
I
gonna
can
have to
keep
figure
up with
out.
it, then that's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you and Grant's show. It's like,
Oh my gosh, dude.
it's like,
nuts.
what? Yeah.
I'll just see like haunted
Yeah.
in
Oh, I spam your chat, dude. I spam it.
Nah, you're good, bro.
So look, Carnival is a cheaper cruise line as far as the cost of entry. And it's kind of down there, and then Norwegian's a little higher. As you go in the categories of cruise, you get a different group of people.
Yeah.
Now, Bacon goes on Celebrity. 80-20. Celebrity is out of our price range. Now, we've gone on Princess, which is right below Celebrity in the pricing. But we had a family deal where we're getting Princess tickets for half price. So we got to go on 3 Princess cruises where they were actually cheaper than the Carnival cruises. Carnival owns Princess, by the way. But Princess is an older group. So as you go through these different categories, there's different classes of people. Carnival used to be known as a booze cruise, party cruise. You definitely don't want to go like around like dates that are spring break related. Or even summer, you know, it gets younger. It was a good mix on this cruise, and it usually is when we go. We go in January, February for a reason. School's in, although there were kids, where it was a lot of northeastern people that are pulling their kids. You know, it's 10 below zero, and they're like, fuck it, we're going to get out of here and go have a week in the sun and get away from the cold.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people from like Maine and New York and Michigan on the cruise. So the people from Maine that we met, they actually, what are we doing on time? Okay. People from Maine we met the week before we met them, and we actually met them at the hotel in Orlando with the lazy river that we were hanging around, just getting an inner tube and just float around this freaking man-made river. They were from a part of Maine. My wife's been there. I can't remember where it is. And they were like, the chill factor was 44 below the week before they came down there. So it's like, yeah. And they were talking about, you know, how they were keeping their pipes from freezing and stuff. And those houses are built so the pipes don't freeze. But when you get to that kind of temps,
that's a different type of cold.
They're like, Orlando, Headstrom. Yeah, we're making fun of Polly. We were at Cocoa Beach, but he kept calling it Orlando, so everyone was making fun. So the whole trip, when we're like in Puerto Rico or whatever, like, hey, here we are in Orlando. Everything was Orlando. Running jokes. Typical guy
That's
shit.
hilarious.
Bust
That's so funny.
bust each other balls. Orlando.
Good stuff, man. So so the train wreck's getting shaken up, like you were saying.
Yeah,
So
it'll be the last show as you've known it on Saturday, and then it's going through a remodel. So
yeah, you gonna make it a little prettier, or are we gonna get a little uglier?
you gotta watch Saturday. That's the tease.
Okay. Can you just can I make one request?
Sure.
Can you keep your soundtrack of a train for the intro?
Oh, yeah. That was funny for like 2 episodes.
Oh, that's
a lot of people
so
hate
funny.
that.
That's why it's so funny.
It's so
Like that's
bad.
why it's hilarious.
You know how that came, right? We had
Yeah,
some
you got
copyright
copyright.
thing going, and we couldn't
Yeah.
figure out what it was, the music or whatever. And I tested the music; it was fine. So I went and tested the train, and that was flagging it, and it was muting the whole front end of the segment of the show. So like, we were gonna fix it, and like 30 minutes before the show, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot we haven't. So I'm like, am I gonna do it mute? And I'm like, fuck it. I grabbed a microphone, I'm like, ding 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 ding. I just made this real quick, put it on a loop, threw it up there because I thought it'd be funny. And I think by episode 3, Wood's like, are we gonna get rid of horses thing? It's like like 3 minutes of that is just too freaking much.
No, it's so good,
a
bro.
placeholder.
It's so good.
It's so bad it's good, Hedstrom says.
Well, us, the Waterhole, we're gonna come back to weekly. We're gonna hit it hard.
Yes.
We're super excited. I know we're just kind of shooting the shit tonight, getting caught up.
Yeah.
But outside of Horse may run a couple on his own or bring in a special guest, but for 2 or 3 weeks, because I've got some Kings commitments.
Yeah, if the Kings games fall on a Wednesday, you're not going to see Ryan. You're just going to see me.
Yeah, but
tell
we will
everyone
be
what you're doing, because not everyone. Look, not everyone here, and when I say not everyone here, nobody here is a Kings fan.
Okay.
So,
go ahead.
Well, I mean, so tell them you're doing now the pregame show by yourself.
Yeah.
You got thrown into the deep end yesterday. Your first one, you looked a little nervous.
Did I?
Yeah,
I thought it came off okay.
I can tell because I could feel it, but I don't think anyone else knew.
Right.
I could tell that you were like really like thinking about like what am I doing or what, where it's not natural, right? You're like,
yeah,
because usually you have Grant, he's leading the thing, and then you kind of jump in or whatever. Now you've got to think of content and not have dead air. Right?
Exactly.
So I could see you working, trying to think like 30 seconds ahead of what you were doing. Like, okay, now we're going to talk about this. And then you got to remember to because you got sponsors and you got to remember the sponsors. They pay the bills and everything else. But I don't think anyone else noticed it. I just probably did because I see you on this setting and
yeah, totally different. Yeah, so for the Kings, Grant and I, we're doing halftime shows and post-game shows together, and he basically turned over the keys to me to go solo and do a pregame show on his platform. The response has been amazing. We're getting more views than anybody here in Sacramento. And so, yeah, we're running with it, having a good time. Like Horse said, we have sponsors. But, yeah, I've got a 30-minute show 30 minutes before tip-off on Grant's network that I'm doing by myself. And it's a whole different thing, Horse, and you're right, because you have to be prepared to talk for 30 minutes, period, end of story, without looking over here, looking over there. But then you have to be prepared to know what's going to come in the chat, because we also have chats that are coming up.
Yep.
And then you've got the sponsors that you've got to get in, and it can't be awkward. It's got to be like a good transition to it.
Yep.
So it's
talk
definitely
about your bad case of diarrhea, and then you're like, oh, and this restaurant sponsors us.
Yeah,
no, it's
exactly.
got to be like, a natural break. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mark Moda, you did great, Rhino. I watched the replay, he says.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you. So yeah, it was cool. Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it. So yeah, we'll be doing that going forward. And the Kings right now, if you don't know, because most of you probably don't follow them, they're having the best season they've had in like 16 or 17 years. So it's Kings fever around here right now.
You guys got you guys caught lightning in a bottle by not being 2 years ago when they sucked, right? You're catching all this frenzy for a market that's wanted a winner forever.
Yeah, and there's been enough of that time where Grant's been away, right? And it's not like he should have been away, but there were so many people when he went away that were like, screw this. We don't believe in it. We want Grant still to be here. And then it just went radio silent. In terms of like what he was doing creatively. And now everybody's like, wait, Grant's back? Where do we find Grant?
Yeah.
And, because he was the voice for so long. So it's a perfect storm. There's
Dude,
no
that
doubt about
bartender
that.
story he told yesterday with the Rangers where the guy wanted to close the bar and he's like, hey, he knew the owner and he's like, hey, because I bartended for 4 years, I'll do it. And then the Rangers, and they're like, yeah, let Grant do it. And I mean, he is a natural, and he's got good stories too, because he's been in the industry for so long, and he's been around, not just basketball, but just Rangers and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
York
wish
sports.
I could start cracking the surface on the air with some of the stories this guy has.
Yeah.
Because they're so interesting, like you said last night. Like they
Yeah.
ran a bar for a weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was awesome too.
you
The
know,
guy, he's like, I can't give his name, and he comes in all beat up, and I mean,
Yeah.
you're like,
yeah.
damn, this is like
Yeah.
something like a movie script or something, and it actually happened. So he's got great. He gave us some good stories on the wood scopes, and
Yeah, he was good on the wood scopes, but it's great. So it's going well, and it's only going to pick up from here. So.
Yep.
If I don't have those responsibilities, I will be here with you, buddy.
Yeah.
And we'll be raising some hell.
Yeah. Your next pregame show's Friday, by the way.
Friday at 7
Who
or
are they
6:30.
playing Friday? Who are they playing?
They're playing the Clippers again.
All right.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep,
The Blazers are disappointing me. 23-point lead last night, and they blew it.
I was so.
And not only did they blow it, they lost by 18.
I know.
How do you
I
go
know.
from being up 23? I can see losing the game by 2 or 3. You're up by 23 and you lose by 18. That's freaking ridiculous.
Without Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Without Steph Curry. Come on. But Dame,
ridiculous.
dude, 71?
Yeah,
71?
yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, that was
Come on.
crazy. He had,
So.
what do you have, 41 at the half, I think? So we knew it was going to be something. We just didn't know how much.
Yeah.
And his
Well,
third
you
quarter was a
saw
little
our
quiet. Huh?
Yeah, you saw our game against Clippers, right? Or I'm sure you heard
No,
about it.
I saw what the score was, and I saw on Twitter that you guys. I saw it the next morning that you guys had done the postgame show. I go, oh, I bet that was a fun postgame show, especially since you won.
Yeah, there's 30,000 for that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And we got merch too now behind me.
That is, any day now. Once you guys get the taxes or whatever bullshit, the red tape.
We started doing it through email before we just decided there's too much demand. So now it's going to go through the website. But we've already sold a decent amount of them.
Oh, good.
But the Clippers game 176 to 175. Easily
Double overtime.
Greatest regular season Kings game of all time.
Yeah.
Arguably the greatest regular season NBA game of all time.
Second highest scoring game ever.
Yeah, but not just the high scoring. I mean, the way it was back and forth, the ups and downs. Like it was a prize fight.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see.
Yeah. So that's the team you're playing again.
Yep,
Friday.
we got them again, but they're coming off of a back-to-back, so they're going to be in Golden State the night before San Francisco, so they might rest Kawhi. So we'll see what happens. But Fox, he's got an injury right now. Sorry, I'm going sports guy on you. Let's drop
that's
that
fine.
shit.
I mean, we didn't script the show. It's our first show back after I forget, like 3 or 4 weeks off. So we're gonna recap it. I'll go back to having funny stories again.
Yeah.
And, we'll go back to the format again, but this was kind of get back in. And like I said, with the December off and then the cruise, my January, I knew that I was going to be gone for close to 3 weeks as far as content goes. So it was like hard to get momentum in January because I knew I was going to lose it. Now I'm back. I'm not going on vacation I'm taking a few days off in June, like 3, some family time, but I'm going to hit it hard. So,
yeah, unless you go on a forced vacation, buddy.
yeah, well, I mean, even the hernia surgery, I don't think that's more than a day or 2 recovery. So
Yeah,
it's just,
for sure.
They're just going to slice it open, put in a piece of mesh to keep the guts in, and sew it up. And I can do the show. You can do the show injured. It's like, obviously, if you're going to have your hip replacement, you're going to be out a little bit. But
Oh no, I want to. If
sit
I get my hip replaced and we have a show that day, I want to do it. That'd be funny as hell.
on the bed,
do
like
it.
this.
Be hilarious.
Wait, here's Ryan. Hey everyone, what's up, everybody? So the Kings are playing tonight. Well,
pain medicine.
yeah,
Now.
we'll be all the pain meds.
Earth.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we are going to be back next Wednesday. We're going to hit it hard. We'll have the normal format.
Yep.
Ty, Makmoda, Bake. We love you all. Thanks for dropping in.
Hey, your show is your pregame show competing against DJ Haunted Horse? I started at 7.
Shit. Yeah.
No.
No, I'll be off.
Yeah, but your half game, I got a 4-hour show that night.
Yeah, halftime and
Halftime.
post game.
Maybe I'll eavesdrop. Maybe the listeners, I'll say, hey, let's. We tried to do that on the Woodscopes. It was like we had some time to kill, or it was a train wreck. I forget which show it was, and I'm like, I think Ryan and Grant are doing a post game show right now. So I got it all set up to where we're gonna go listen in on you guys, and you guys were already done. I'm like, fuck.
That would have been.
Yeah, we're
hilarious.
gonna spy on you. We've spied on Outlaw and Potatoes before.
OMP's good. OMP, Frankie boy. So, and I
Why'd you
appreciate
change your
it.
name from Osh Tyler to Here's Tad? Oh, you're in Discord now. I see it. You can chat on our show from Discord, by the way.
Cool.
There you
Cool. Well, hey, we're gonna be back next Wednesday. Horse, you got any closing comments, buddy?
Moda says he loves you.
Love you too, Frankie.
Nice job, guys, says Heads from Bacon. Yeah, we'll be back next week with the funny stories and the bits and the game show trivia and all the crap we usually do. The only thing I got is DJ Hunt Horse and then Trainwreck Saturday night. Find all that stuff at it's somewhere. Here it comes. Right here. HollywoodRejects.com. That's where the show schedule is. And if you look at the schedule on ESPN for the NBA, anytime there's a Kings game, you're working. So
yes,
that's how they find you.
I am.
Follow you on Twitter.
Follow my Twitter.
Sacktown. And if there's a Kings game and you're a Kings fan, maybe you're not a Kings fan. Maybe you're a fan of the team they're playing. Like the other day when they played Portland, I got in there, started going, "Go Blazers!" Of course, we got our asses kicked, but you know, you can heckle and say, "Go!" Whoever you're rooting for.
You guys also sat everyone, so thanks for that.
I don't know why they did that.
That made no sense.
After the All-Star break, a team that is above us in the standing. I don't know. We're idiots.
Yeah, no sense. But you played everybody against Houston. Well done.
That real tough Houston now. Yeah.
Real tough.
Yeah, we just fucking dump points on them like that. That makes no sense. Yeah, let's rest against the good teams and play all our stars against the bad teams. And good stuff. All right. Hey, check this out. I can have a 5th monitor now.
Hey.
I've been wanting a 5th monitor on the same PC for the longest time, so I can use this monitor for chat and other stuff, the waiting room for Zoom. Now I can do it.
Nice.
It makes me very happy.
Hey, Horse, you would be proud of my setup right now. The guys would be proud of my setup. I got 3 computers. Uchi mama.
I know, you're up to 3 computers now. You have caught up to me. I have a lapper there. I have the old PC here, and I have the new PC here. You've caught up to me. You have 3. Then you have to have the tablet next.
Are you nuts?
That's totally inappropriate.
I got 2 of them now, so
nice.
We'll see.
Oh, you know what? We could have taken phone calls tonight.
That's right.
The Wiki
That's right.
Game.
Next Wednesday, phone calls. Be here.
What's the wiki game? Oh, he sent me a link today for a show idea. I haven't looked at it yet, Tyler. I will look at it. Apparently, there's a wiki game where you have a person and a thing, and you have to match them up by clicking on Wikipedia links or something. I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Okay.
But that's something
All
that
right.
we can do on a future show, the wiki game.
For sure. The wiki game.
Yeah, I was going to try to do phone calls tonight, and then I got distracted by my hernia and my winning $1,000 and shit. I want
All
one of those
worth
Grant
it.
shirts.
What's that?
I want one of those Grant shirts.
Yeah, I
I was
got you,
supposed
man.
to send you a shirt like 9
Yeah,
months
I got
ago.
you like you got
The
me.
fans don't know that. I got his address. I said, dude, he want to buy it, and I go, no, we're coworkers, we're co-whatevers. I'll send you one, and 9 months later, he still does not have a shirt. So that means if you don't pay for it, you get put at the bottom of the list, and you're like, you get put in the, when I feel like it list.
And also what that means is I'm going to make Horse feel like an ass when he gets his Grant shirt before I get my Haunted Horse shirt.
All right. I don't feel like an ass, though. I'll be like, got over. Can you see me drinking
A
got
big
the
go.
red tongue? All right. I think we're going to wait. I got to find the ending screen. We don't have credits on this show, do we? No.
No, we just.
Oh, by the
we
way,
just get
one more
out.
thing. You know what? Stupid train wreck's going to change. I just put together the waiting screen intro. It's 6 minutes long. I'm going to do that for this show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 12 Wood did that for Woodscopes, where he has like clips of interviews and stuff. And we start running that as people filter into the show, and we're waiting for the show to start. And I'm like, that's a great idea. So I made one for the train wreck. I'm going to make one for this.
Cool.
And yeah, so there we go. I got to find 5 minutes of funny content that we've said.
Ooh, that might be hard.
I know.
That might
5
be
minutes
hard.
worth? I mean, maybe
5?
2 minutes.
Ooh,
All
we got to
right.
work cut out.
All right. Ending
All right,
screen.
brother.
That's it. Bye.
Peace.